All right, it is a whole new day, and it is smack dab right in front of us. Welcome to Tuesday. Welcome, sunshine. It's just about 3 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're at 54 degrees here in the Granite City, which is so nice. Going to get up lower 70s again today. I'll give you the forecast details here in just a second. But don't forget now, it's Tuesday. $5 Tuesdays back at the Capitol Theater in Montpelier. Skip the line. Grab your tickets. FGBtheaters.com. Wait a second, JD. $5 for all movies? Yes, absolutely. All movies, all showings. Follow FGB Theaters on Facebook and Instagram for updates, added show times, special events. FGBtheaters.com for advance tickets and to even get your FGB card. Locarno's to go. Going to give them a shout out this morning as well, right here in Central Vermont. Deliciously easy weekly grab and go meals that are perfect for any family on the run. They're perfect for my family with softball practice and theater practice for Lily. We are constantly moving. Made fresh, made locally, prepared with lots of love by local chefs Melissa and Craig Locarno. There's new menus every single week, and here's a couple of different places where you can get them. Not just Hill Street Market, but also Green Mountain Community Fitness and Central Vermont Meats. I know you've seen a lot of pictures that I posted up over at Green Mountain Community Fitness, but yeah, support local, eat well, simplify your week and your life with Locarno's. Convenient, ready to enjoy meals. Locarnostogo.com. All right, here's the deal on the forecast. By the way, it's Tuesday the 28th. Can you believe it? Friday is going to be May. Unreal. 54 right now in Barrie again. Sunshine and 71, maybe 72 if we're lucky. I'm not complaining. Very happy to be outside in the weather and building the garden beds and doing my thing. It's wonderful. Breathe in that fresh air. Tonight, cloudy skies down around 41. Mostly cloudy tomorrow and Wednesday, 67. That's kind of the beginning of a little bit of a cool front that's going to be pushing in. And that's going to bring us rain on Thursday, 51 degrees for the high. We do need the rain. Cloudy skies on Friday, 52. And weekend at this point looks pretty good with plenty of sunshine. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Thanks for starting your day with us. We got a bunch of people hopping on this morning. Fly in the Wall Productions here on the sidewalk on North Main Street in Barrie. Live on Facebook and YouTube. We're streamed everywhere you get your podcasts, and we're on the web. If you haven't checked it out yet, Woodland Studios put it together, and they did one hell of a job. airedoutvt.com. Please have a look. Lots happening this week. You know, yesterday, and I was thinking about this morning driving in. Yesterday, what I was learning here on this podcast with Best Buddies International, and what a thrill it was to have Alice back on the air and talking about this big walk that she's going to be doing on May 9th. Best Buddies International, something that I had never even heard of. I didn't know anything about it. And by the end of the day, yesterday, I was like chatting with Best Buddies and just learning about this incredible global organization and what they do for folks with intellectual disabilities. Absolutely staggering what they do. And to have Alice, a participant in the walk, on the air yesterday, along with the New England, or New Hampshire, I should say, director yesterday, Sarah, what a joy to have both of these folks on the air and promote this yesterday. I'm learning a lot this week, and I'm going to learn something this morning, and I have to be honest with you. This was, again, very similar to yesterday. This was something that I had never heard of, and I was like, you know what? Got to have this on air now, because if I don't know about it. I'm guessing that there are others that don't know about this, and let's make them aware. Cassie Bickford is my guest this morning with Vermont Destination Imagination. Thank you so much for coming in here, Cassie. You called. I don't know if it was a phone call or a text message, but it was at least a good month ago, I think, where you're like, hey, my name's Cassie Bickford. I'm with Vermont Destination Imagination. We won first place at the Vermont tournament. We're trying to get into the global competition. And I was like, who is this person and what are they talking about? I had to learn a little bit what this is, but tell us what Vermont Destination Imagination is.
Okay, so Destination Imagination is actually a worldwide program. And it is a program that starts with preschool and goes up to college. And it focuses on creativity and problem solving. And it's a combination of the science, technology, engineering, math with a component of theater. So it makes it really fun. People all around the world can do it. And so I'm part of the Vermont Destination Imagination. I'm one of the team managers, so I manage my own team. And a little bit about the program, it's a little confusing to explain. So I will explain it in a generic way, and then I'll give you an example so that it makes it more clear. Okay, so in Destination Imagination, there is what we call a central challenge, which is a problem that your team needs to solve. And they're in different categories. So there's a fine arts one, which really focuses on theater pieces. There's a technology one that focuses on ensuring that you have technology pieces in it. There's a scientific one, so you're going to have to do some research about whatever topic it is for the year. There's a Rising Stars one, which is for the younger kids, preschool to second grade. And I'm missing one or two more categories, so I apologize. No, that's all right. So your team would choose one of those categories. So this year, my team chose the technical challenge. And what Destination Imagination does is they propose what the problem is, what components you have to have in it, and your team has to decide how to figure this out by themselves. So this year, our challenge in the technical challenge was we had to create a game show, and we had to have a host and at least 2 contestants, and you had to make sense. It had to make sense of what's the objective of the goal, how do you win. You had to have a piece called a gimmick that you needed to use to play your game. And so our team chose to use a wheel. And so the spinning wheel went, and whatever section it landed on would be the contestant's challenge. We also had to have a reveal. So we had to have something that would reveal, uncover, basically make something known. And we had to use technical methods to do that. And we had to use technical methods for our gimmick as well. So we used a motor for our wheel to get our wheel to spin. Wow. And for our reveal, we had used some hydraulics. So we had a box, and in the box there was a platform with we called it a Lamborghini because our game host was a bee, and our contestants were flowers. My kids got really imaginative this year. So we had a box with a platform in it and the little Lamborghini. And at the end, when they were revealing the grand prize, they had some hydraulic systems going so that the platform came up above the box and revealed the prize. The other piece we had to do, so we have the gimmick, the reveal. Oh my goodness, I'm blanking. There was one more technical thing we had to do.
Yeah.
I apologize.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm sitting here, and I'm first of all, I'm fascinated. Secondly, I'm like, man, I can't help but hear you and think, I wish something like this was going on when I was a little kid. I would have loved something like this. Frankly, I'd love it now. But
yeah, you would.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and another example, we had another team, and they chose the Fine Arts Challenge. And so the Fine Arts Challenge this year was they had to create an origin story for a superhero and a supervillain. And they had to use stage makeup was one of the things that they were being judged on. And then they also had to create a costume that would change during the performance. And so that's a big piece about your central challenge is after you figure out the components that you have to solve, you then have to create a play that makes sense with a beginning, a middle, an end where your audience can follow it. And it's just really interesting how the different challenges and the different teams solve it. My favorite part is the adults cannot make any of the decisions, cannot do any of the work. So I couldn't do any components of building our reveal, and I couldn't tell them how to make it work. They had to figure it out on their own. The other cool thing is we go to a competition, and so everyone in our age level, we were middle school students. So everyone in the middle school who chose the technical challenge were competing against each other.
Okay.
And we like to watch the other teams because their solution is not the same as ours. We might have similarities, but it's just really inspiring and it just like mind-blowing seeing how someone else solved the same problem because when you're in it, you kind of think there's only one way to do it. It's really fascinating.
The brain is what now? The biggest organ in our body, I think. Something like that.
You might be right.
I might be making this up, but I think it is. And it's fascinating to see you get so many of them that are all coming together and like working together. Mm-hmm. There isn't going to be the same solution twice.
Correct. Yeah, that's like the major passion. Yeah, it's very exciting.
So this is not like a Vermont thing. This is a global thing. This happens everywhere.
Yes, so it is everywhere. So you can have people from different countries and you have people all over the United States doing the same thing. So middle school students all over the United States and all over the world. Some of those middle school students decided to do the same challenge as us. And so we are working on going to a global competition. So we won first place in our challenge for our age group. And we're working towards going to a global competition, and it's held in Kansas City this year. And so we're doing a bunch of fundraising. And one of the most exciting things about going there is now we have way more teams that we can meet and look at their solutions. And I'm just so excited to see how other people solve the same problem that my team worked on.
When is that competition in Kansas City?
This is May 21st to the 25th, so it's 4 full days. And your team will do their challenge. They'll present their challenge on one of the days, which we don't know what day ours is yet. But then they also have a bunch of events. They have like a cave stimulation, like tunnel crawling that you can do. They have a Ballers Bash, so there's a dance party with a duct tape fashion show. So my kids are very excited about that. And then there's a pin trading event, which is like the top most exciting part of going to globals. And so people from all these teams bring pins from their state or their country, and we all get together and you can trade them. So when you go home, you have these pins from all over.
Wow.
Yeah, we're really excited.
What do you do with the littles that are coming into this and starting this program and maybe a little overwhelmed, for lack of a better term, and don't really understand or have the capacity to get things going here and start making decisions on solutions?
So the really cool thing about what we call our rising stars, so that's the early learners, that is preschool through second grade, and their challenge is way more simple. So they usually don't have to learn about science. They don't have to have the technology. What they're really doing is getting introduced into this problem challenging mode and trying to come up with a play that makes sense. And it's really, in that age group, it's really encouraged to be more of like playing, really. Yeah. And this year, the challenge was community helpers. So they had to learn about community helpers like firemen, police officers, nurses, people that work at like a humane shelter. And then they had to choose one that interests them and create a story about how they helped solve a problem. And so it really allows them to use their imagination to just write a story or act out a story, which is really age appropriate for them because they do a lot of role playing in general. And their age is non-competitive. So the pressure is not there. It's really all about the fun and creating a solution. It's very exciting.
It's so cool. So let me fire a couple of questions here. So where do you practice? Where do you have your rehearsals? How often? What time? And how do you get involved?
Okay. Wow, that was a lot.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'll do the best I can. And if
Yeah.
I miss one, you might have to remind me.
Of course.
Okay. So most Destination Imagination teams meet at their school or an after-school program.
Okay.
And so our team meets at Twinfield. That's where we started meeting. And we meet after school, and we meet once a week. And I think that's pretty standard that teams meet about once a week. And we meet right after school, which helps parents not have to bring their child back to school. That has been a barrier in the past. And we meet for about an hour and a half. And then when the competition gets closer, we usually meet for about 2 hours. What else? What am I missing?
Where is it held? Like in the auditorium, in the theater, in the gym?
For the competition or the practices?
For your practices.
Most of my practices have been in an art room so that
Okay.
there's art supplies for us building props. This year we're meeting in the cafeteria, which gives us a lot more space, and we're still able to use the art supplies. I'm not really sure what other teams do. They probably choose a room at their school as well that's free.
Okay.
And then when you go to the competition, they usually rent out a school.
Yeah.
And your presentations are in the gym or a tech room. And some of them are in like the library or the classrooms.
Okay. Thank you, Donna. She says the brain is the third largest organ.
Okay.
So you say other schools. So other schools in Vermont? Like,
Yes.
There are several.
There are several teams in Vermont, not as much as we'd like. So we're hoping for more members. We're trying to get a little more publicity, which is part of why I'm here today.
Yeah.
There's teams all over Vermont, and we get together one day in March and do our competition and get to kind of meet each other and interact with other teams.
In Vermont.
In Vermont.
And where is that held?
This year was at Berrytown School,
Okay.
and we've already had that.
And you guys won.
We won. We won
Okay.
first place for our age group in our challenge.
All right.
So there'll be more than one first place winner in Vermont.
Where are the other schools, towns that are doing
Let's
this?
see. We have Cavendish, West Rutland, Randolph, Chelsea. I think there's a Braintree team. And then there's a St. Albans team. Oh, there's a bunch up north, and I don't know
really?
a lot of the town names. But yeah, we're really spread out all over Vermont.
So how do schools that don't have this, how do they get it? Like,
Okay.
do you have to go to them, or do they come to you, or how does this work?
So what they would do is they would go to the Destination Imagination, I think it's .org,
All right.
and there is a link there. So there's a video at first that shows you what is Destination Imagination, and then it shows you how to get involved. And you can choose to find a team near you to see if you want to sign up for a team that already exists, or if you want to start your own team, like say there isn't a team at your school and you
Yeah.
want to start one, or there is a team but not for your age group.
Okay.
There is a link that you would click, and it tells you how to become what's called a team manager. And so you would be running your own team. And it really walks you through how to do that.
And that's what you are?
Yes, I'm a team
Okay.
manager.
Okay.
And then you would recruit at your school and your community and say, hey, I'm a team manager. I'm doing this Destination Imagination program. And you might have to explain to people what that means. And, I'm looking for these age groups, and I would like to work with these kids. And then you develop your own schedule for your meeting times. And so anyone, anywhere, if you haven't heard of it or you don't have it at your school, you can bring it to your school. You can bring it to your community. It doesn't have to be through school. Like, you could just have your team and find a place to meet.
Great point. What's the cost on something like this?
So for a Vermont team, there's a little bit of an affiliate fee. So per team, it's $265
For the year?
for the year. The good
Okay.
thing about being involved in a school is most schools will cover that cost.
Okay.
Um,
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just, and I've got the page here, creativeimagination.org.
okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got that right here.
Okay.
Everyone's looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Wow. So the Vermont State Tournament was a success. I'm reading that right now. First of all, please hop on their Facebook page and follow their page. And we're going to put that up here in as well. It's Vermont Destination Imagination. And I'll show you the page right now. Bring it over there. But we need some more We got 322 followers. We need to up that right now. So if you can, follow this page that you see right now on your monitor. This is really, really cool. I love hearing about stuff like this, and I love the fact that it's good for kids. It's really good for kids. I mean, I'm complaining all the time about all of the crap in this world with our phones and our distractions, and I know I sound like an old man, but the video games and all this stuff, it's like, and I'm always trying to say, I remember when I was a kid, playing in the backyard, climbing trees, raking leaf piles, riding bikes, digging holes, using my mind, being in, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have anything. We had to be creative. I mean, you just did. But now everything is spoon-fed to us. We've got everything on a silver platter that's being handed right to us. We have 1,000,001 distractions. So anytime, kids are out, playing basketball for their school or softball or track and field, no matter what it is, if they're getting active, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. But also to be able to not just, this is theater.
Yeah.
Plus.
Yeah, because you have the science, technology, engineering, and math. So you've got a little bit of everything all rolled into one.
You're learning.
And they don't know they're learning.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
This is really cool. I had no idea about this. I'm ashamed of myself.
It used to be Odyssey of the Mind. So a lot of people might be more familiar with that term. When I was growing up, it was Odyssey of the Mind. And then the name changed to Destination Imagination. And it's still a big program, but I feel like a lot of people would recognize it more if it was called Odyssey of the Mind.
Yeah.
I think it was Odyssey of the Mind much longer than Destination Imagination.
Yeah.
Although they might be tied now.
Listen, and this isn't just the Cassie Bickford show. You have quite a few people that are doing this with you, alongside you.
Yeah, like all over Vermont.
All over Vermont.
Yeah.
Tell me about Jane.
Okay, so Jane is our Vermont affiliate director. So she is the head of Vermont Destination Imagination. So she has like many hats and a big shoe to fill. So she organizes the competition, helps get prizes. She checks in on the team managers and offers support, like, how can I best support you? Where are you guys at with your practices? Are you getting ready for the competition? And she's been really helpful to me recently because we're doing some fundraising. And so she has been checking in with me. How's your fundraising going? Can I be there? Can I offer things? We just had a bake sale. And she brought these really big cookies that were different shapes. Like there was a cow, there was a lady, and it had all these details on it. It was really great. And she's letting us use some of the big signs that we use at the competition. And she does that for everybody. She checks in on all these teams. She lives, sleeps, and eats DI.
Is this her full-time job?
I don't know. But if it's not, I don't know how she manages more.
Right. Yeah. Wow. You guys just did a bottle drive over at Blackbeard Biodiesel over in Plainfield.
Yes.
You did the bake sale that you were just mentioning over at Shaw's in Berlin. Are you still looking for bottles and donations and
Yeah, we
sponsors?
are. So we're hoping to do a bottle drive every Sunday at Blackberry Biodiesel. It depends on if I can split my team in two because we have a couple Sunday things coming up. So this Sunday, May 3rd, we're having another bake sale at Shaw's in Berlin from 10 to 2. And then on Tuesday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, we are having a bingo night at Twinfield. And so it's $10 to play 5 cards or 5 games. In the last game, you can get a $50 cash prize. We're also going to have a 50-50 and concession stands and popcorn, which is a huge deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're really excited about that. And then Wednesday, May 6th at the Hay Barn at Goddard College in Plainfield, we are working on a dinner. I can't remember if it's going to be a pub night or an Italian night. They're kind of working out the finer details with chef, I think his name is Zach. I have a co-manager who's helping me, and so she's managing the dinner. Her name is Jessica Della Peppa Clayton. And so
That's a last name.
Yes. Yes. So she's working on getting us a dinner night. So there'll be more details to come on that. And we plan on posting it all over Front Porch Forum.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, May 10th, we're hoping to have a Mother's Day pancake breakfast.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and that's going to be at Twinfield as well. And that is from 9 to 12. And if you get your tickets in advance, it's $10 an adult. It's all you can eat pancakes. And we also have a gluten-free option and some eggs and bacon. An advance ticket for a kid is $5. That's 12 and under. And then under 5 is free. And we have limited tickets at the door. So at the door, the adults would be 15 and a kid would be 10.
Okay. Now listen, I was trying to write all this down. And as you were saying, and I gave up.
Okay. Do you want me to say it again? Slower?
Here's what I need you to do.
Okay.
Do not leave here today without chatting with me
Okay.
off the air, so I can get all of these notes,
Absolutely.
because I want to get this all over the Aired Out page, and I want to promote this as heavily as possible.
I
This is
appreciate
fantastic.
that. Yeah.
But that's
was
impressive.
a lot.
But that's impressive. You guys are really.
We're really trying.
You're trying hard.
Yeah, we're putting in the effort.
And this is all to help fund you guys so that you can go to the globals.
Yes. So
in Kansas City.
So it's about $12,000 to $13,000 that we need. We've got some of it now. We have about $10,000 less that we have to, or left that we have to fundraise for. So we're hoping some of these events will bring in some bigger revenue. We also have a GoFundMe page, but we're having a hard time getting it beyond our immediate circles. Sharing that would be just amazing, so we can reach more of an audience.
I'm going to share it right now.
Okay, thank you.
Just give me a second here, and I'm going to drop this link, boom, right into the comments. And if anyone would like to support a Vermont Destination Imagination right now, there's the GoFundMe link. It's in the comments. And if you're listening to this, if you're not watching and you're listening, please go back and click on this, and whatever you can throw, $5, $10, $15, that you don't have to be a huge hero here. Just every little bit counts, right?
Every little bit counts.
Power in numbers.
And every share as well, really boosting our numbers. We're really, really hoping to go this year and end the year in a bang. So my particular team, I have 3 children this year, and they have been on this team together for 4 years. And out of the 4 years, we have won first place 3 times. And one of our team managers is leaving the state. She's moving. And another one isn't sure they want to do it next year. So I want to give them the full experience and really let all their hard work for the last 4 years pay off.
Yeah.
This is a great group of kids. Last year, we didn't win first place, which is fine. We're not always about winning first place. One of the things that I really want to install in my children is to not give up. And a really good example of that, we had a really rough year last year. We also chose a technical challenge, and it was a lot. We worked all season. We started in October, and the competition was in March, and our device didn't work. And there was a lot of ups and downs and a lot of strong feelings about it for me as well.
Yeah.
But I had to hold it in, and they didn't want to go to the competition. And I was like,
discouraged.
They were very discouraged. And I just kept telling them, like, you've worked all season. You have a great performance. My kids are hilarious. All of their performances have been comedy. They're really funny. And I was like, let's go. Let's enjoy the day. There's always like prizes at the end. There's improv games, and let's just enjoy the experience and show them what you did, because you have this performance to show them, and it's hilarious. And I think people deserve to see that. Mm-hmm. And we went, and it went really well. We had people laughing and people were talking about it. So it was a success.
Mm-hmm.
And then we won the most prestigious award in Destination Imagination, and it's called the Da Vinci Award. And it's huge. It's a huge trophy. It's a big deal. And a big part of why we won it is because we didn't give up. And we showed up.
You won that?
Yeah, we won that last year. And I cried because it was a rough year, and we had, like I said, so many big feelings, and we came away as victors, even though our solution didn't work.
Yeah,
because we didn't give up.
There's a lot of life lessons here that is
absolutely
so far beyond what's happening at a competition, what's happening on a stage. It's all about perseverance. It's all about not giving up.
Yeah,
and pressure.
There's a lot of pressure. And I really try to focus on my team of, we don't need to place. We don't need to be in the top 3.
Yeah.
What we need to enjoy the experience of working on the challenge, because there are moments when you're working and the kids have this aha moment. If something wasn't working and they keep trying and they tweak it. And then there's that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, we just made it work. And it's those moments that they carry with them that really help them want to keep trying.
Yeah.
And
this is brain chemistry. This is circuitry.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
Is firing and wiring that's going on. Computers can't duplicate this.
Correct. Yeah.
They just can't.
Absolutely.
Especially when you get a bunch of kids all going together.
Yes.
As an adult, sometimes you got to step aside.
Yes.
Just let it happen.
And you have to in Destination Imagination, because the adults cannot make any of the decisions. We can't make any of the props. We can't tell them anything. So there's been times where they have a particular challenge they need to do, and I know what they need to do to make it work. Like, I know, and I can't tell them. Ooh. I have to let them sweat it out. And it's
that would
really
be so hard. That would be so hard for me.
But the best part is, a lot of the time they surprise me and they do something that I wasn't expecting.
Wow.
They make it more creative than I could have thought.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just amazing to watch them. I'm very passionate about this. You can't tell. I love it.
I think that's fantastic. And on that note, by the way, Jane is saying thank you for coming on the air. VT direct. VTDI. So Vermont Destination Imagination Creativity at gmail.com.
Yes. So that's the email for Jane's DI email.
Okay.
So if you have questions about Vermont DI, you could reach out to that email for sure.
VTDI Creativity at gmail.com.
You got it.
I want to say this. When you first reached out to me, I didn't, and this happens often. I didn't, like I said at the beginning of this podcast, I didn't know what you were talking about. But the fact that you stayed on me and you were like, look, ding ding, when are we going on the air? When are we doing this? That's impressive to me. I love that. I love you refer to yourself as a squeaky wheel. Here's the thing. It's like if you got something that's great, that's going on either in our small local community or in our state that deserves recognition enough, especially if it's impacting children and young minds, you've got to push for it, and you got to make sure that you're getting the props and the recognition, whether it's a local podcast, whether it's CAX, PTZ, Digger, it doesn't matter. Everybody should be hopping on this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So what we want to do in Vermont is we want to grow our numbers. So, I'm here to help get attention to my team trying to go to globals, but I'm also here to try to get more people interested in Destination Imagination. And do you want to be a team manager, or would your child want to check this out so we can get more teams and more kids and really share the experience with more children?
We have a comment here. Wonderful program today. my twin-field daughter went to Tennessee in the middle 2000s with Destination Imagination.
So that was for a globals competition as well. Yeah. That's great.
Were you on board back then, that far ago?
What year was it?
Middle 2000s.
No. So
Okay.
I started being a team manager in 2018. I was a co-team manager.
Okay.
And then I became on my own in 2020.
Do you have kids that are doing this?
So I started with kids that were doing this. So a big part of why I'm involved is because I did it as a child and I wanted to do it as an adult. And my older son, he was on a team with Jennifer Barlow. I don't think she does it anymore, but she was a huge pillar in our community for Destination Imagination. And so my older son was on that team and I said, hey, like, I like this program. Can I work with you? She let me work with her for a couple years. And then my youngest son decided that he wanted to join too. And so in 2020, I was doing a Rising Stars team and a middle school team with my two kids. And my oldest son has since aged out. He doesn't want to do it anymore. He's really a big basketball player.
Yeah.
And then my younger son, he's kind of grown into being a little more shy. So it's not really his cup of tea anymore. And that's kind of how I started. But right now I do not have any kids in the program, although I identify my team as my kids because I've been working with them. So they're my kids.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm just reading your some of your stuff here. We really want to go to the globals because it'll be our first time for our team, and it will be a whole heck of a lot of fun. We will interact with other people from around the world so that we can build relationships and learn about other cultures. We want to see other people's creativity with their own plays. This is like I said, this is a fusion of theater, of thinking, of problem solving, of performance, thinking on the fly. I'm guessing there's some improv stuff that happens.
Oh yeah, so
I would guess
that's a part that I didn't talk about. So I talked about what is called your central challenge. So that's your big problem. That's where you create your play and show your solution to what we call the appraisers, which are the judges that score you. But there's another piece called instant challenge. And an instant challenge is an improv challenge. And so at the competition, you have your central challenge, and then you also have your instant challenge. And so it's really cool. You go
You're stressing me out right now. Think of it. Or
go
ahead.
It's a lot of fun. So you go in this room, and part of the fun is like it's hush hush. You can't tell anybody what they asked you to do, and you can't tell anybody. You could say it went well, but you can't even tell your parents when you go home. Ooh. And what they do is they give you a solution, and they give you it's usually 4 to 5 minutes to come up with your creativity solution. And sometimes you have to create props, and then you have 2 minutes to present it to the judges. And my team is very, very good at the instant challenge. So a lot of the times where we're scoring, it's because you count the central challenge and the instant challenge, and the instant challenge has really boosted them up. They're really good at thinking on the fly, and I think that's their strength, actually.
Yeah.
And they're hilarious. So.
I'm thinking of the show Chopped when I hear this. Just thinking quickly on the fly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot to it, and it sounds like a lot of work. And I feel like some days the kids go home and they're like, oh, today was really rough.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of the time it's fun.
Yeah. Let's mention again, please, if you can partake in any of the events that are coming up for additional fundraising, or if you can help out with the GoFundMe, which I've got the link on there, please do, because time's a winding.
Yeah, so we leave on May 20th.
Okay.
So we're running.
Yeah. It's this Friday is May.
Yes.
So we're 25 days or whatever.
Yeah.
Away from going.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. And how many kids would be going?
So 3 kids. We have a really small team. We started with, I think, like 7 originally when they were first starting the team. And we have had this steady 3 for the last 4 years. And so there's 3 this year. So there'll be 3 kids going. And then there'll be myself and my co-manager, Jessica, that I mentioned earlier. And then one of the parents is going to, and she's not listed as a team manager. Her name is Chason, but she has been a huge supporter of the group, supplying snacks, supplying ideas, carpooling, fundraising, basically anything that I ask her to do, she's willing to do. And so she's going with us.
And you guys have had the chance to go in the past.
We've had the chance to go 2 other times.
Twice.
Yes.
And were you able to go?
We did not try to go because we were overwhelmed with the cost that it takes to go. And this year, my big motivation for my team is I think this is the last year the core 3 are going to be together. And
that's why you were right on me.
That's our big push this year is this is the year that I want them to end on a bang.
So I'm just checking here. We have $920 raised of a goal of $7,000.
Yes, so that's on our GoFundMe.
16 donations have come in, and some of these have been some pretty big hitters here.
Mm-hmm.
But not everyone. And like I said, that's not what this is about. If we get enough people that can throw $5-10.
Yeah, every little bit adds up. And I feel like on things that are GoFundMe's, if you see multiple people like throwing a 5 or a 10, you're more willing to throw some money too. I feel like it gets the train moving.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Is there anything else on your notes that you want to make sure is conveyed this morning on Aired Out?
Do you want me to go over the dates again?
Please.
Would that be helpful?
I'll
do it slower this time.
That'd be great. Yeah. All right.
Okay. So this Sunday, May 3rd, we will be having a bake sale. This is at Berlin Shaw's from 10 to 2.
Yep.
Next Tuesday, May 5th, we're going to have a bingo night at Twinfield in their cafeteria. And that's $10 to get in for 5 games to play. There'll be prizes for all games. The last game, you can win $50.
Okay.
If you buy your tickets in advance, you can get an extra card for that last game.
Okay.
So
how do you get tickets in advance for that?
So you can text me or email me.
Okay. Yep.
Do you want me to tell you that information so you can type it?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So the email is funneverends.
Yep.
4, just the number.
Yep.
At gmail.com.
Okay.
And then the phone number is 802-595-6180. And so calling, texting, or emailing will get you an advance ticket. You won't have a physical ticket, but you will be on a list when you check in at the door.
Good.
There will not be an additional cost if you get there at the door, but you'll miss that extra card for that big game of a chance of $50.
Okay.
Wednesday, May 6th, at the Hay Barn at Goddard, we are having a community dinner night. Details are still being worked out with the chef at Goddard. If you pay attention to Front Porch Forum, we will be posting it in at as many towns on Front Porch Forum as possible. So keep your eyes out, open for that.
We'll be posting it right here.
Yeah. And the really exciting thing about that dinner is we have a chef who's going to be cooking, but my children are going to be serving.
Ooh,
yeah. So
nice.
Yeah. So they're putting in the grease. There'll also be a silent auction and a 50-50 raffle.
Silent auction and 50-50.
There'll also be a 50-50 at the bingo and
Okay.
concessions, which I forgot to mention.
Yep.
And then
with concessions.
Yes. So bingo will have concessions and a 50-50.
Got it.
And then Sunday, May 10th, Mother's Day, we will have a all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast. It will have pancakes, eggs, and bacon. There is a gluten-free option. And we suggest getting tickets in advance, which will really help us know how much product we need to have.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's $10 an adult, $5 a kid 12 and under, and children under 5 are free. We have limited tickets at the door. So if you go without a pre-sale ticket, it will be $15 for an adult and $10 for a child. And still under 5 would be free.
15 and 10, you said.
You got it. That's at the door. Yep.
Okay.
And you can get tickets the same way. So that would be my email and my phone number.
Okay. Wow. Plus the GoFundMe.
plus the GoFundMe, and we'll
Okay.
have some more bottle drives coming up as well. I only have 3 kids, so it's hard to put them in 2 different locations at once.
Sure.
We're considering doing that on some of the Sundays, but I'm not going to make any promises.
Yeah, right.
But also, any events we're doing, we're posting all over Front Porch Forum.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get it on Facebook. There'll be some flyers for like the Mother's Day breakfast and the bingo night.
Get me those flyers.
Okay, I don't have any physically on me today.
Yeah. No, if you get a digital one,
I do. Yeah.
send it over to me.
I'll do that too. Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We'll get it right on Aired Out. This
Okay,
is
perfect.
I love stuff like this. This has been already, and it's only Tuesday. It's already been such a great week. I've learned so much. Destination Imagination. Again, a global. Should we say movement?
Sure.
to combine minds and be smarter, be better,
Yeah.
have fun,
Have fun. And
solve
you're
problems.
bringing all these skills with you as an adult.
Yeah, that's probably maybe the biggest takeaway here.
Yeah.
Is that you're learning how to think fast on your feet, and really you can't just be in neutral on stuff like this. You need to be engaged.
Yeah, and not giving up. So
Not giving-
perseverance is huge because we do hit a lot of roadblocks when we're trying to get things to work.
Of course. Big kudos to you, your team, mostly the kids.
Yes. They deserve all the credit.
Which is really something else. I appreciate you staying on me about this. You going to come in here again?
Maybe.
Absolutely. I hope absolutely. And anything you guys have going on, please let me know.
Okay, we'll do.
We're big fans already.
Okay.
And we'll promote and support you guys in any way that we can.
All right, that sounds great.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Don't forget, tomorrow, Sweethearts and Heroes Day here on the Aired Out podcast. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to give you a lot of positivity. We all need it, and we're going to get it again tomorrow morning here on Aired Out. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And thanks to Cassie Bickford from Vermont, Destination Imagination, coming on the air with us this morning here on Aired Out.